in honour to Martin. Not that Martin is crap, but Martin is Martin is some kind of, what do you say, a destroyer of crapness, or something like that. Something brilliant like to do with the word. And so, of course, so these are our commandments. This is very serious. First thing in life, and this year, in 2010, is this is my message to myself, I'm not going to accept any crapness in the world, in my world. And so I've illustrated how I previously have tried to not accept any crapness. And I am prepared to fight for the right. So this was 2 years ago. And we decided to fight for the right to stop people going down to London on the train to go to creative agencies in London and to stay in Nottingham, because if you twisted that around, Nottingham has got all the talent that you need. We did get thrown off, but we managed to get a few pictures before we got thrown off, and it raised a bit of publicity. Number 2, in no particular order, but this is also a very serious one. This is a nice one. This is be inspired by children. And I think that's a moment. It's a moment. Just consider the child within us all, and how important it is to make sure that that child is somehow contained so that we can get on with normal life and try and survive and earn some money. But of course, we must have a picture to illustrate children who are inspiring. These two happen to be 2 of mine. And actually, these days, graffiti is not a crime. Skateboarding is not a crime. In fact, you can do both at the same time and create graffiti in a skateboard park, paid for by the Keyworth Parish Council. So, we live in a creative world, and it's a modern world, and I think we can be inspired by children and the child within us. Sorry, I've got to do less than 20 seconds. The next one is, now we all know this one, of course, we're all creative people. Let people steal your best ideas, because they're going to steal them all anyway, because they're all a load of bastards, these clients. Sorry, but it is true. If you're not scared, you're probably not doing anything, probably just sitting around. So, some of you may know, but I did go for it, big time. I'm quite old now, and I've had 20 years at this, and somewhere in the middle of that, I went really big, and this became my office. So I started with as a copywriter, working from home in Ruddington, and then I moved to the garage, converted my double garage into a little studio, and then I moved to above a shop in the village, and then I moved to a bigger shop in the village, and then we moved here, and we had 80 people, and we turned over £6 million doing creative work, and became the 2nd largest graphic design agency in the UK for print. There you go. That's my bit of boasting over and done with, but the point of putting it is go for it, guys. Think as big as you can, think as big as you can, scare yourself, and go for it. And you know what? You can make it happen. And what's more, I got out the other end, so it was all right. Of course, you would have predicted this one. This is a very serious one as well. Write on other people's lorries. We all know how important that is. Nearly killed myself taking this picture, actually, on the roundabout, going onto the M1. Saw the lorry. We did a lot of work with Boots, and at one point, years ago, I said, there's lorries you've got all over the place. Why don't you write on them? Because they're like big billboards, like big advertising billboards. It's free. And they were like, whatever. I said, right, come on, designers, come up with some ideas. Let's just do it. Copywriters, write some stupid lines. Designers, do it. And we presented the work. And rather than, actually, we did get paid for it in the end. They did it. It took forever, but they are all over the UK. And it's fab. So, I'm very proud of it. The next one is recycle rubbish into gorgeousness. Of course, we're surrounded by rubbish. It's everywhere we go. For example, if you want to go to visit BioCity, fantastic place, one of the best places in the UK for if you're a bioscience business and you want to get off the ground, full of crap. These messages are rubbish. There's double signs everywhere stuck up with chewing gum and all the rest of it, and they're in a bit of a state. But I'm saying this in a positive way because I'm very lucky enough to have the chance now to come up with some new signs and some new words. And I've got a nice little creative studio that I started this year. So it's 4 weeks old. It's me and my friend Yuki who did graphic design in Nottingham Trent and then came to work at Jupiter Design, which was my business, and now she's gone back to see her husband after being here for 5 years. And she's my graphic designer. So I send little briefs over to Yuki. She does the work, sends it back. It's really gorgeous. I think my favourite thing is opening a PDF from Yuki, because I write a brief with the copy in it and I send it over to her, and I think I've got a very clear idea of what we need. If you could just do that, it would be just brilliant. She completely ignores me. She does whatever she feels like with it. She sends it back to me. I open the PDF and I go, what the hell is that? It's nothing to do with what I was thinking of. I go, but bloody hell, it's gorgeous. So it's a fantastic way to work. The next thing is, getting slightly more serious, put some process into your madness. It's all right being stupid and creative and wild and wacky and all the rest of it, but just pause for a moment to consider process. It's the secret to success. It's the hardest thing for us lot to do. It's the hardest thing for me to do. But it is probably, I would say, the secret. If we're in business, this is creative business process. I would start with a process map. This is a short process map. You can. Well, you want to go forward? I don't mind. I'll do that if you want. No, just do it randomly and see what happens. Somehow I got recruited to be a design associate for the Design Council, which is a miracle because I'm not a designer, I'm a copywriter. But I had done a bit of work for them, doing a little bit of consultancy, and they asked me if I could go through the process. They rejected me at the end because they said I didn't have enough sparkle. And I'm really upset about that. And my kids think that's absolutely hilarious. And I said, well, I'm not supposed to sparkle, for fuck's sake. It was like a job interview. What am I supposed to do? Anyway, I became one. Get back. Anyway, process is very important. So, help others to do lovely new things. Procreation. That's what creativity is. You create, don't you? Procreation. We're not here to just be and just eat and all the rest of it and earn money. And we're here to help other people. So, being a creative person means helping other people. And what we do, if we're graphic designers, is we do this sort of thing. So there's 3 guys who are like estate agents. Big, clever guys, know what they're doing, want to launch a business, and you give them a nice brand. This is what Yuki came up with. Fortunately, they came up with quite a dull name, but this little stuff, small things, it works. I'm doing that all over the place, doing little brands for people, helping them get their message out, just oiling the wheels, and it's the best fun. It's much more fun than having that great big business that I used to have. Now, getting serious, provoking a reaction. There's no point being creative, there's no point being in business, there's no point trying to create a life for yourself, trying to be true to your destiny, if you're not going to provoke a reaction. Drama, control, reserve, click in if you want. For example, this is creative work. This is like really creative work. This is just an advert for Penguin Books. There's a penguin sign here. What you can't read, you see what the scene is up to. I love this because I'm a copywriter. But what it says here is, be here. 2 little tiny words. Be inside, read the book. Be inside the head of that bloody guy, for God's sake. Be here. 2 words, 1 picture. Drama, creating a reaction. That's what it's all about. Moving on. And finally, 10th creative commandment for 2010, for me, not for anyone else, so I'm not preaching, is fly kites into the future, and can have the image to go with it. This was the best photo I took last year that I just wanted to show off because I like it. I got down on my knees, I was like this, that's Finn, I was like, I got the angle, look, you got the lines. I mean, for a copywriter, and one more. You can ignore all the rest. There's one, you can sum it up in one go. Just fucking do it.